Imagine living in a country where you can be whatever you want to be, including a furry. F-U-R-Y. Furry means that you can act like a dog. You can walk around with dog mask on, bodysuit to go with it. You can call yourself a cat. You can call yourself a horse. And if anyone says anything, it's discrimination. No, you got a fucking mental illness. That's what's going on. Secondly, now we're sending our kids to school in this country and they're not allowed to use the words boys or girls. Why? Because it's offensive. You know, Generation X, it's our fault. You need to get off your backside and start fighting for your kids. Because if you think we've got issues in this generation, right here, right now, we're going to be wiped off the face of the map in the coming decade. And why? You've done nothing to do anything about it. Get in there, get into the faces of the school, get into the faces of the ministers, do something. Whinging about it on social media isn't going to do anything. Get a family group together. Get everyone at the school together. Oh, we need to be taken over by either China or Russia. Because you know why? They're still normal. They wouldn't allow this stuff to go on in their country. It's like the Western country have just become one big fucking bubble of mental illness. That's what's happening. They're weakening our society.
Tell me what a furry is and tell me some of the terminology. Should I be talking about your costume?
Being a furry is just being a fan of any anthropomorphic animals. So think like Lion King, like Simba is a good example. So it's an animal with human traits. This is my fursuit. I made this myself. He's just me, but as an animal, basically.
In my real sort of human life, I'm actually extremely anxious and shy and don't really get out there and socialise. So I wanted to create a character that is very extroverted and very loud and sociable, and so now I put the suit on and I go out and I do things like come on the radio.
Outrage this morning after teachers in New South Wales were told to avoid gendered language like boys and girls. The Teachers Federation instead suggesting educators address their students as epic and awesome humans. Child development expert Sylvia Arrington joins us now. Sylvia, good morning to you. Let's address the first bit first.
Good morning.
Boys and girls. I mean, they are. Why would you want to address them like that?
Look, I think this topic is going to be a controversial one, regardless of how we look at it. And there is this shift that we're seeing now in classrooms and culture. So the questions that we really need to ask is it appropriate developmentally for children? Also...
What do you mean to call them boys and girls?
Well, I mean, in terms of calling them boys and girls, we all know that this is language that we are using in the classroom. So across New South Wales, we are seeing that. The shift is really about being inclusive or having that diversity. But saying things like, hey everyone, or hey friends, calling them KA students, whatever it is, I think the bigger question here is seeing them as epic or intellects or calling them awesome superstars. The shift there is the fact that that's going to have more of a developmental impact on their self-esteem and self-worth rather than thinking about, you know, the language that we're using when we
But we're only
address
thinking about it because the Federation is saying that you can't say boys and girls anymore. It's so ridiculous